Yo, you already know what it is, man. Dad, don't you hate when that happens to your little chapsticks? When they do that, like stuff like that. Is that zooming in? I mean, is that? I don't know. You see what I'm saying, though. I hate when that happens. Because it ain't another piece in here. And it look like it got bit on or something. I don't know. My wife be buying all these little things. I'm waking up out here in the hotel, out here in Hagerstown, Maryland. Came up to bring my daughter in for her last, or one of her practices. She got practice today, actually. She's on the high school basketball team. So I'm actually just checking out the hotel. I'm by myself because she decided she didn't want to stay in the hotel with me. She wanted to stay at the crib and do her normal thing. So I let that be what it be. And I came on here by my lonely. So like I said, I'm waking up out here, man. I'm about to go pick her up from her crib. She got to practice today. Probably go grab her a pair of sneakers because I seen the LeBrons that she's playing in. She's playing and practicing in, and I'm like, I don't know if I get down like that. That's just how I am, how I was raised up. But I'm like, I'll get you a pair of sneakers for your game shoes, and then you can keep these for your practice shoes. Because they, I mean, good pair of LeBrons. I bought them the other year. I mean, a solid basketball shoe. But you know, it's time. So them Jones can retire and just be a straight practice shoe, and I get her straight for game time. That's just how I am. This year's been crazy, man. We made probably one of the greater changes that we've ever made by switching from going from Swift to pulling under RST's authority, pulling Prime Freight refrigerated. So that was a big change for us just because it changed up a lot of things, or the way we did a lot of things. Meaning, you know, by being a terminal right there in Richmond, you know, I was able to have vehicles there or just utilize the facility. And now that we've left Swift, I have no access to nothing like that. So just parking the truck and having somewhere to park the truck is slightly a task. I mean, I got a few, you know, locations that I can check, and for the most part, it normally suits me well, but it's still something that's on my mind. But that's just one thing. You know, I think our kids have made a huge leap in by way of starting to figure out some of their paths and just allowing life to slow down. You know, in sports, they give you an analogy of the game not being too big for somebody or whatever, or you hear a lot of guys when they talk about getting into a zone and, you know, the basket looks bigger or the game kind of slows down to them where it's not so fast that they can't keep up with it. I think they're all starting to hit that point right around the same time, which is, I guess, a blessing. But you know, we're able to see them now. We were able to see some of their growth like happen right in front of our eyes. So, you know, that's a great thing. We're gonna continue to push that, nourish that. You know, we found out a lot of information this year, dealing with, you know, we really want to take a deep dive into some real estate stuff, you know, so we don't have all the answers by any means, but I think we are definitely in the right direction, are headed in the right direction as far as any of that kind of stuff goes. You know, we've kind of put ourselves through school this year in a way, and a lot of different things, not just real estate, but that's really one of the things that we use trucking for is to, like I said, kind of put ourselves through school, like literally, like, you know, you have the time to listen to enough information, take in enough information that you can absorb it, spit out the bones, and really give yourself a pretty broad perspective of or broad, you know, view of basic information, but not basic in a sense that it's talked about amongst everybody. You know, if you're not in real estate circles, conversations in regards to real estate and some of the benefits and, you know, things to stay away from, like, you don't get that kind of information unless you're in conversation with people who do that, or unless you listen to people who do that and let them give you their greater understanding of what it is that they do, which kind of can help you gauge yourself. You know what I'm saying? Kind of the same way on when it comes to YouTube and trucking. You know, we try to give people a clear-cut view of what it is that we do, the ins and outs, pros, cons, you know, the good, the bad, the ugly is what the plan is, and let people decide if this is something that they want to get into or something they want to do. You know, if the bumps in the road that I deal with don't measure up to the ones that you're dealing with in your cubicle, maybe you want to switch that up. Ain't really good coffee. It's something I made out here in the hotel as I was walking out. It's straight though. But yeah, man, like I said, this year, this ain't no year and wrap up or nothing like that, but this year has brought in a lot of different changes, and I'm super looking forward to 2020. I'm already in it. You know, I've been in 2020 for a while, to be honest with you, but to physically, you know, make that last rotation around ourselves on this planet, completing that rotation around the sun, I'm looking forward to, you know, what the future holds, what the future brings. Because we on the right path. I know we are. I can feel it. You know, I don't need nobody else's confirmation or somebody else to tell me what route to take. You know, I'm still a listening ear. I'll still always be a listening vessel to prominent and you know, forward-thinking information. But as of right now, going into this year, I have a pretty solid foundation of what it is, how I'm going to attack it, and at what points do I expect to see results. So we're going to take y'all on that ride with us too. The whole 9 yards, man. Y'all all know what it is. It's your boy Moito4, man. We're going into 2020 bigger and brighter, man. And I hope you're doing the same thing. You know, no growth comes from stagnation. So keep it moving, man. Keep moving at a rapid rate. And let's go get what's yours. I mean, that's the bottom line to the whole thing. You know, whatever's for you is gonna be for you, and whatever is not is not. So go put your hands on some stuff, go see some stuff, go witness some stuff, go interact with some things, and find yourself. See where you at. This your boy Moito4. This is Married to the Miles, man. Divine back in VA. She didn't make this trip with me. She had some other things to take care of back at home. And that's another thing we got to get used to too, is when we get home, kind of splitting a little bit, kind of creating some separation, get the emotion of missing each other, because that emotion we don't deal with because we're always together. So I think that's something that we're going to do this 2020 is not on the road for sure. We don't do that when we out on the road, it's me and her, but when we come home, to kind of spend a little time apart, just to tap into the, like I said, the emotion of missing someone, and seeing what type of emotions and actions that missing someone can bring. Because that's one thing that we don't do. We'll spend all that time on the road together, come home and still do everything together. And I mean, we do it because we do it, but I'm sure it's probably not healthy to a degree. There's certain parts of me and parts of her that probably don't get to be fed at all, based on the fact that we live our lives together, that, you know, like I said, we don't get a chance to miss each other or wonder what she doing, what he doing. None of those things. We don't get to deal with none of those emotions. So that's something that we're going to tackle this year and see if that helps and changes an element of any kind. But yeah, I'm rambling right now. Cheers to you, man. 2020. Let's go. It's your boy Moito4. This is Married to the Miles, man. Stick with us. Yeah.